You found the Beards and Badges podcast. The podcast where coffee is strong, beards are questionable, and training is non-negotiable. If you've ever cleaned your gun at midnight, trained on your day off, or wondered why your gear keeps getting heavier, you're in the right place. No fluff, no safe spaces, just experience, laughs, and lessons learned the hard way. So beard check, make ready, and let's send some freedom seeds. All right, well, episode 2 of the Beards and Badges podcast.
Dose.
So today we're going to talk about a lot of random stuff, but range stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, a lot of ugly.
I feel like as a disclosure, we'll always talk about random stuff because
Yeah,
we like to go on a freaking rabbit holes. And it's just, what were we talking about again?
Range stuff.
Range stuff.
And, I mean,
But the range.
yeah,
So obviously we spend, y'all more than me, but spend a lot of the time at the range.
a little bit.
Have seen quite a bit of stuff. I definitely have seen a lot of random crap go on, and even work at the gun shop, a lot of stuff. I know it's not the range, but a lot of stupid stuff by guys that should know better.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key to a lot of it is like guys that should know better that then just
They're the ones that typically
do it. Yeah. Which I don't know if it's just a lot of like people getting like a little too comfortable with it, like, or just don't think it through.
Yeah, and don't really respect it.
Yeah.
But I do the comfort thing because, and a lot of it is older dudes, and because they have this thing of, well, I've been shooting a gun since I was, what do they call that, knee high to a grasshopper or some shit. But yeah,
And that could just be like hunting rifles, and then they pick up a pistol. I've been shooting guns.
Right.
It's a completely different,
Yeah.
completely different realm.
Would you please stop pointing that out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always love the guys that are like, oh, I don't want one of those plastic guns, those piece of crap. I don't want none of those. And if it doesn't have a safety on it, I ain't buying it. I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, I think the best safety that you have is your booger picker.
Oh, I thought it was the
unless-
thing between your ears.
Unless it's a SIG, what?
Well,
Yeah.
That was
just the one.
Did you hear about that? Like, the airman or whatever that got shot. Like, that wasn't an accident.
No, that was intentional.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
It was not like I took my holster off and slammed it on the desk and it went off.
Hold on, I don't remember that one. Did he do it to himself? Or did
No,
he
this,
do it to
this
someone
was
else?
it was several months ago.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 months ago. The guy comes in, 2 guys sitting on the other side of his desk. He takes off he took off his rig in his holster and set it on the desk. And when he set it on the desk, it went off and shot one of the guys and killed him.
Yeah.
But it turns out that was
Turns
a lie.
out that was all crap.
He
and
hated that guy.
He was doing some discipline or something, trying to get in the guy's face, and was waving his gun around and shot him that way. So I don't know.
Don't you ever?
Yeah. Shit. Don't point guns at people. Play them.
Did that guy die?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
shit!
The one that got
so
shot.
he
died.
won't do it anymore. Whatever he was getting disciplined for, it's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, that's over.
That's over.
Yeah.
100%.
But it was. I think the dude took the opportunity of SIGs, or
Yeah,
discharging on their own.
Yeah.
And then, oh my goodness.
But what's
Well, there's a
crazy,
will,
I
there's
like
a way.
helped this one
how
discharge.
how fast. I hope this one did. It wasn't me. What's crazy is how fast like the military just like were like, nope, nobody's carrying these anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were telling everybody that had it, which was a lot of them, that you're not allowed to carry this anymore. And so then they were like trying to find all the Glocks and stuff. Then all the Glock stuff happens where they're like pulling everything off the shelves and off the markets, put the new ones out there. And like they couldn't get guns. And it's like, okay, hang on. Somebody's got to do something about this. Like, this is crazy.
And then they finally did the investigation, and whenever they were able to determine that no, it was not a weapon malfunction, they're like, all right, everybody can have your guns back.
I don't know. I haven't heard that part.
I think that they have. I think I did hear where they released it and they can they can go back to
I know, like, there were several agencies that were on the list of they weren't carrying it before that happened, too.
Yeah, and
So
there's still several.
Yeah.
I think there's actually even some states that are saying law enforcement cannot carry that particular model.
Have y'all watched the videos on how they've made them, like, go off and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The dude, like, shoves a nail in the front of it and everything, like, trying to...
Yeah,
the trigger is slightly depressed.
They get the trigger prepped to the wall, and then they'll squeeze on the slide in the frame, and it allows the sear to drop to a point where the firing pin falls, or the striker, whichever one SIG does, firing pin or striker. Yeah, I mean, either way, it shouldn't do it.
Right.
But
Whoops.
you know, that's a huge.
Did y'all follow all the social media stuff with it? Like SIG's backlash, they were like, it's hilarious, just gaslighting everybody of like, this could never happen. It was like,
they were dying.
No, there were a lot of people that this is happening. It's a problem.
They were dying on that hill. Like, it's not us. It's not us. It's not us.
Yeah. The media's just, the gun media is just out to get us. And I was like, hold on, you're alienating your own people? Like, this is who you should be like, oh, hey, we're fixing it. Like, whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of range instructors and a lot of ranges that are saying, nope.
Yeah.
Like, I think IDPA has said no more SIG P320s. And
really?
USPSA is considering it, from what I understand. Talking to some of the guys that are in a lot with the USPSA, they've actually come out and are kind of starting to consider it a little bit. But there's several instructors that whenever they're teaching a class, if you've got a 320, you're not coming on the range.
Yeah. Man.
So
I know that's a big deal with like those Black Hawk holsters that have like the trigger finger. Yeah. That like a lot of people won't let you carry those at all. I mean, most agencies won't let you, right? Like,
I don't know of any agencies that have said no to them, but there's a good possibility. And the philosophy behind that release is nice because, you know, your finger's already in the index position. Yeah. And as long as you keep your finger straight when you roll out, it's no big deal, but people do have that tendency to
immediately
hit it in and curl in. Yeah. So it's and I think a lot of that goes back to training too. I mean, but
that is one of my favorite range fail videos of the big guy in the cowboy hat. I just shot myself.
And it happens. Oh, it happens. Oh,
so all right, let's kick it off. What's a good range story? We say good, probably a bad range story to start.
I mean, there were plenty.
Yeah, there's a few.
You know, I know for Paul being around as long as he has, and the firearms instructor life, and then the short time that I have, and I've been, even before I was a firearm instructor, I'd go out and help the firearms instructors because I was kind of asked to, as far as just like range safety. So I know with mine and shoot every agency out there, there's people that like jailers, they don't carry all the time, and then they go call, and that's it's not even jailers.
It's across the board.
It's a lot of people.
I don't know, man. It all comes back to training too, because I can't tell you the people that only shoot when they qual yearly. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So every time, and there's been plenty too where they'll come out, they'll qual, and then it's like that was scary.
Yeah.
Let's go over a few things, and then we kind of build a little bit. And it's like, all right, you got potential. You just got to keep going. And then they don't. You see them a year later, and we're back to square one.
Yep.
Or worse.
And the scary thing is, a lot of those people are still carrying every day.
Yeah. Every day.
Knowing that when they went out there to actually shoot, how terrifying it was.
Yeah.
And I don't think some of them realize how terrifying it was just from ignorance of like what could potentially happen. Because I've seen that when we've done our shooting calls for the church. Like, we go out there and there's been some scary times where I'm just standing there like, holy crap, somebody please say something, like, or else I'm
Take
gonna
his gun.
have
Take
to.
his gun. Take his gun.
Like, oh man. And then my favorite was the first year we went out to one of the ranges, and one of our friends ran it the year before y'all came. They were like, we were doing a mag change, and no one understood what was going on. And they had never done this, never practiced. You could tell they always were like, oh, my mag's empty. I'm going to walk back to the table and get a fresh mag and put a new one in. And so none of them knew how to do like a tactical reload or anything like that. And so I did. I mean, I did, finish mine, drop the mag, let it hit the ground, pull another one out, stick it in, and do the other 2 shots or whatever, and then reholster and turn around. And there are still people taking their first shot. And then I watch everybody, try and pull the mag out of the gun and put that one in their pocket.
They don't want to drop it.
Fish around for the other one. Yeah. And then,
you can't bar up a magazine.
I remember him being like, "Okay, hang on, everybody, stop. Does anybody realize what they just did?" And they're like, "No." He's like, "This is a tactical reload. You need to do this quickly. Like, let it hit the ground. That $50 mag is not worth your life,
and it's
like,
built for it."
Yes, just drop it.
Yeah, you can throw them. You can spike them.
So that's a big thing too. The difference between a combat reload and a tactical reload. And on that combat, you're in the middle of the shit, and I got to get this thing back up and running as fast as possible. And then that tactical reload is I've got some time. I'm in a safe space. I'm behind cover or at least concealment, and I'm still got to push through my threat, and so I'm going to take this one out. I am going to
I'm going to stave this one. Yeah,
but the 2 mistakes I've seen on that one, as far as range mistakes, is doing that tactical reload. We're telling dudes, hey, this is when that tactical exchange is going to be applicable, but we're not making them move or do anything. Move to a position of cover, move to a position of concealment, or at least get off the X.
Yeah.
And the other thing is where they stow that mag that they pulled out. A lot of them will take that first mag and do the exchange there. So that's the only open spot. So if they don't put it in their pocket or whatever, which, if you want to put it in your pocket, whatever, I would prefer to have it back in my mag pouch because that's where I train to go. But I want it on the back. I don't want it to be that front to where if I do end up having to do a combat reload, I know I'm going to a full mag. Instead
not
of
the half mag,
It may have only had 1 round left, and I don't know. But yeah, that's one thing. So with my dudes, I try to teach the combat reload more, and then if we are doing some type of movement or something like that, then we go ahead and start working our tactical exchange. But yeah, so I got a story about a mag change.
I'll send it.
So we were this is several years ago. But we had a group of individuals on the range that they carry every day. Anyway, so the particular course of fire that we were doing, we were pretty close. So, and we try to tell everybody, hey, manage your ammo. If you need to change mags when you need to or whatever. If your weapon runs dry in the middle of the course of fire, change your mag. Don't wait for somebody. You fix the problem. So I think we're on, I don't know, maybe the 3 or 5 yard line, something. And I'm calling the line, and I'm watching 2 or 3 people in front of me. And there's a dudette off to the left, and her weapon runs dry. And she's sitting there at slide lock, and she finally notices that her weapon is at slide lock, so she picks it up and she kind of looks down, and she can see that her mag, and she's kind of looking at her gun, and she guessingly pushes the button. The mag falls out. She gets her secondary mag. Well, when she pulls her secondary mag out, the bullets are facing her. So she's looking at the mag, and she's looking at the pistol, and she kind of turns it, and she's looking around, and she's looking at the mag. And I'm sitting here thinking,
don't do it.
What in the world?
She'll figure it out.
She'll figure all you got to do is just turn it around. Yeah. So finally, and I kind of start taking some steps towards her because I'm like, I think she may be getting ready to do what I think she's going to do. Yeah. And sure as shit, she holds the mag with the bullets facing her, and she finally figures out, oh, okay, this is how it goes. And she turns the gun and starts, and I'm like, no, fuck! Just turn the mag around. So get her squared away. One of the greatest ones that I witnessed was you know the dude that did, and whenever same thing, we're running, these were detention personnel, but they carry every day, but hopefully they secure their guns before they go inside the facility. Anyway, so we're doing the mandatory annual qual, and Dudette, she's wearing a shirt that says Army on it, and one of my ROs out there, my range officers, he's retired Army.
Oh, I was gonna tell this story.
No, you didn't fucking do it.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't
I wasn't there. I just love this story because I want to do. That sounds mean when you hear the story, but I do want to do this one day. Go ahead. This is great.
So I'm calling the line.
This guy's awesome.
And I got my RSOs and everything, and so we push them up. And the particular course fire that we're doing, you start on an empty chamber, and then you conduct an immediate action drill. So get everybody up on the line. I'll tell everybody to load their mags, do not chamber, and then holster your weapon.
Which a lot of people don't get that command. Load your gun and don't chamber one.
Yeah.
So many people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't put one in. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Don't make it hot. Just put it in.
Don't work the slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's kind of getting lined up, squared away, and all this other stuff. And this dudette was on the very end, and she's kind of doing the same thing. She's looking at her gun, and she's looking at her mag, and she's looking around. She's like, so this RSO, he starts stepping up towards her, and I'm like, oh, he's going to go help her. Cool. So he walks up behind her, and he's like, hey, you having some trouble there? She's like, yeah, I don't know. He goes, yeah. You don't know how to put that in there? Give me that fucking gun! Get the fuck off my range! You don't know how to load your fucking gun? And I was like, holy shit!
It was straight military.
Yeah. She walks off, and he goes, and you're wearing a fucking Army shirt. Are you fucking kidding me? I was like,
so yeah, that's what triggered him. That's what triggered him.
Holy shit.
That you should know better.
Because I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go up, help her out.
Yeah.
Well, he helped her out, kicked her off the fucking range. She was, I was like, holy shit.
Was it like she had to be there, or was this like she was
just
she
had to be
She had to call?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that one was, I was shocked for a second, and then I tried not to laugh openly,
Yeah.
because she just got humiliated. The fucking former drill instructor came out in that son of a bitch. Holy shit, that was awesome. Oh my goodness. But
I literally had that in my notes, and it was get the fuck off my range in quotes.
I don't know if that individual continued in her career.
Yeah.
Or and I know she later was given the opportunity to run through the qual, and she failed the qual.
Oh,
it could have been her nerves were a little rattled, but
so generally, if you fail a qual, like, what happens after that?
Oh, brother. Okay, so
what's supposed to
there
happen
is what should happen and what does happen.
Yeah.
All right. I've seen, and I know he has too. I've seen way too many times. Someone comes out, and these are the ones that they only shoot once a year for this qual, and they think they're magically gonna just get better. I don't know, but they'll fail the qual, and we give them. You get 2 on that day.
Supposed
to get 2 on that day, and the qual is a test.
Yeah.
All right. So like a qual is not training. You come out. It's a test. You shoot your qual. That's your test, and log it for the state. The test itself is stupid. It's not practical. But yeah, they'll fail, and we'll go over a few things. They get another try. They fail again. But if they're super close, sometimes we'll give them a third. But then it's all right. You failed. Like, come back next week or something, and we'll try again. And there's been some that I'm like, there's no way this, just going off of what we've just seen, like they're not gonna pass. And then lo and behold, a week, 2 weeks go by, and this person qualled, and it's like, how the hell did they qual? It's like, oh well, so and so took him out to the range, probably someone who doesn't need to be a firearms instructor. They took him out to the range and they qualled. They passed, and it's like, did they?
Did they pass?
Did they?
Did they really pass?
Did they? Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
It should be on those the way that it should be is on their makeup attempt. 2 instructors need to be there.
Sure.
2.
Well, it shouldn't be somebody completely random, right? Like,
No.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And what's supposed to happen is you fail your qual, like you're not qualified to carry this firearm, so we're taking it now, and hopefully, depending on what agency they're with, whether it's a city or county, hopefully that person's working in a capacity where they are not required to carry a gun, and they can keep carrying on. But if it's patrol or something, you can't carry. You have to carry to work, to do your job.
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
I've seen it happen one time where someone did not pass the first time, and so they shot again and did not technically pass the second time. And so the scores were combined.
Oh no!
To make a passing score,
God.
barely, with 2 attempts. And I'm like,
Wow.
wait, is this? Are we really doing this right now? And they were like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like,
Is it?
No, it's not. Like, because I know this person, and the only time they're carrying is at the church. It's the only time if they're carrying. And I'm like, hang on, we're gonna put them in a room full of 600 people and hope this goes well. Like,
Eventually,
What?
the round's going to be on target.
And the liability doesn't go on that. I mean, the liability is on that person
Yes.
still, but it's not just on that person.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the agency that's allowing them, knowing that they shouldn't be
Yes.
carrying a.
yes.
Yeah,
No.
it's wild.
No.
But a lot of the.
And I was so mad the last qual we had. I was so ticked. I shot phenomenally. I mean, I had almost 100%.
Nice.
On the last, we backed up to the 25, or whatever, the furthest one, and shoot. And when we get done, we walk up to the front, and I was like, why is there an extra bullet in, like, the arm of the target? Like, low left corner. And I'm like, there's no way I pulled one 3 feet. Like, that does not make sense. And I look over at, like, the guy's target next to me, and it's just, I mean, it looked like a shotgun went off. And I'm like, I guarantee he shot my target. I'm like, what the heck? So I dropped like 5 points because I promised this other dude.
That's not mine.
I'm like, there's no way. And I was trying to tell the guy marking him, I'm like, dude, come on. You know me. You know this isn't me.
It's on your target.
Like, it's on my target, so I had to take it.
It's
But
yours.
yeah, I was mad. That's why I didn't get. I've always been number 2, 1 or 2 shot in our little group. And I'm like, come on. It dropped me like to 5 or 6. I'm like, no, this is stupid. Like, I want to reshoot. I demand a reshoot.
Next time you do your qual, don't worry about the score.
Yep.
Just shoot fast. Like, fast.
It doesn't, like, I'm the
Fast.
first one done
No.
by a long shot.
No,
Like,
because you can't you can't properly gauge that based on other people's shooting because most people
it's so bad.
like their first round on target may be between 4 and 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time you get done shooting, but so what I mean by that is if I'm shooting a super tight group and it looks freaking beautiful,
Yeah.
I'm shooting too slow.
true. Yeah.
And because I want to push that threshold. And so the way I do my dudes is, we've gotten into this thing where score matters.
Yeah.
And, I want that 500 or whatever your top points are. And what you end up having is dudes that are shooting very slow and very accurate. Then if they're ever in an engagement, they're not going to be shooting at that same speed. So what I tell my dudes, I don't give a shit if you qual at the lowest freaking score. I want you shooting like your life actually depends on it. And it took a little bit for them to get used to it because we have ingrained, and not just in the law enforcement world, but in the civilian world too. If a civilian has to go through a mandatory qualification, it's all about that points, that score, that tight group, and all this other jazz. So we have people that are taking that test that are being extremely cautious. Well, if that's one of the only times that you actually go out and test yourself of where am I at with my speed, where am I at with my accuracy, you're not really getting accurate information.
Yeah.
So I challenge you.
Yeah.
Next time you qual, and people are going to give you shit because your group, you're going to have some in the 8s and in the 7s and all that kind of shit. But shoot it fast and push yourself to where, okay, I want everything in the 10 ring, but what's happening under pressure? Yeah. So
it is a
blazing
weird,
fast.
Yeah, it is a hard comparison, like when you're out there with people who don't shoot a lot, because 95% of the time I've finished my course of fire and reholstered by the time most people take their first shot. And it's like, okay, in the group I'm going super fast, but to me I'm not pushing the way I probably should. It's nuts.
I used to care about my scores, and I would actually gauge it like, oh, I shot a 494 and this person shot a 496. They're a better shooter than me.
Are they?
Well, they might. I'm not saying they might be a better shooter, but like that test, if it's...
Is y'all's timed? Like, do y'all have to shoot in a certain time?
It's supposed to be, isn't it?
Supposed to be?
Yeah.
Or is it like that whole, you got like 10 seconds to do it? Like,
no. Per standards, there is a round count and a time for that each stage of fire. And if you fire after that time has passed, then you're supposed to be docked those particular, you're down 10 points or 5 points, whatever your scoring is. Any rounds, like if I fire 2 rounds, I'm down 20 points after
it's like a miss, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the times on there though, like those are a joke too.
Yeah, they're super long.
And I don't remember off my head.
Dude,
but like
okay.
3 rounds.
Reload 3.
Yeah.
16 seconds.
16 seconds.
That's insane.
So that still gives the shooter time to like line up their sights, take their time, bang, 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 and like it still gives you that time.
Yeah.
So like the time itself is a joke, but there's a lot of people that don't make the time.
I try to do that one in under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But because I think that one's from the low ready too.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go from the holster on that one. That was another thing too. Try to get into a habit, because you had mentioned earlier that you've fired and reholstered before everybody gets done shooting.
Yeah. If that was the call.
So
that's not always. But like when I knew we were. Like,
so that's another thing that we've actually gotten away from too.
Yeah.
Because the verbiage in the deal is, you're going to fire 2 rounds, go to your holster. Fire 2 rounds, go to your holster.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, what we've found on that is people have this habit of they fire and they're racing to get back to that holster. Yeah. So you end up with dudes that they're up on gun, boom, 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 and as soon as they finish shooting, instead of taking that extra pause, because if you do get into an engagement and you put somebody down, I mean, one, they're still a threat until they're in handcuffs and all that other shit. So I've got to stay out on gun. And if my threat becomes an active threat again, but I've got this habit of I fire and immediately snatch back, well, now I've got to reacquire and all this other jazz. So a buddy of ours has this saying, after you finish, if you fire 2 rounds, whatever, 2 rounds, prep for the third, and then ask yourself, did I hit? Did it work? Is he down? And you're up on gun whenever, and then, if everything's good, cool. Come off trigger, and now I can go back to my holster. Yeah.
That's something I like doing a couple of courses with y'all, was doing that third prep before doing anything else. Like shoot 2, prep, and then low ready or whatever.
No matter how many rounds you fire. If it's a deal 5 rounds, cool. I fire 5, prep for 6. fire 7, prep for 8. And it starts to develop that habit of staying up on a gun instead of racing back to my holster.
Yeah.
So
you're supposed to do the tactical, like, shoot and then look all the way around.
I mean,
I've seen that quite a bit.
Oh, my
I've
God.
seen that.
I've never seen it actually used in an actual shooting. So.
Yeah. My favorite, I saw a video, this guy was doing it and like being completely serious about doing it, but is online with other people and does it. And when he turns his head and turns his body, his gun just follows.
yeah.
And then just flags both sides around them. And I'm like, oh, that was real smart. Like, I'm so glad you checked your threats and then became the biggest threat.
We taught a class a few months ago where there was one dude in that class all day long. He would fire, snatch back. He had good muzzle discipline, but he would fire, snatch back, and do this drastic every single time.
Training scores.
Man, your threat's there.
Yeah.
Let's watch him.
Yeah.
And if you need to move to assess, okay, move and assess, but that ain't doing shit.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
Either that or you're checking for camera. You guys get that shit on camera?
Yeah.
You get that shit? But
Checking for witnesses. We just shot someone.
so yeah, that's some other stuff. I'm trying to think. There was way back in the day, instructors were a lot different, and I had a couple that were they were pretty violent on the range. I was a rookie, and we had a 100-round qualification back then, and we went all the way back to the 50-yard line, and but from like the 7 in, it was just all quote unquote instinct shooting. You weren't supposed to be using your sights or anything like that. So we were doing this. We were at the 7-yard line, and I don't remember how many rounds we had to fire, but I present out, and and all of a sudden I start feeling pain, and my body is like, I'm like, what the? And I turn around, and this instructor is giving me kidney shots. I mean, he's fucking just wham, ah! He's like, you're not supposed to be using your sights. I'm like, I'm not fucking using my sights. Holy shit! That same instructor, it was at a different time. We were at the 50-yard line, and the course fire, you started out on the command to fire, draw, go to the prone position, fire however many rounds, then you come up to the kneeling position, and all this other shit. And we probably had 15, 18 people on the line, so we're stacked up fairly close. And this dude next to me, I'm trying to think of the way to describe him. He was not proficient. So I was kind of watching him, and my plan was I was going to wait until he got into the prone position before I went to the prone, because I've been around him, and I'm like, and he's a right-handed shooter, so if he did anything stupid and I'm prone, and I'm right there in his. Yeah. So they're calling the line. All right, the shooter's ready, and I hear him. And he's going, time out, and they're like, fire. So I go to draw, and he's still going, time out. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't want to get on the fucking ground. So he goes ahead and draws his gun, and the dude that was punching me comes up, and he starts screaming, throw no fucking timeouts. And he grabs him and throws him on the ground, and his fucking guns. I was like, motherfucker. He finally gets down, so I drop down and start shooting. Like, Lee, how about we don't throw people whenever they got their guns out? Holy shit.
I don't know, man. Like, maybe we should just try it. We'll just start punching people.
Be aggressive.
At range and
You're not going
body
fast
slamming them.
I don't know the way
That's safe.
the way y'all like dive around and stuff
That's
sometimes trying to go faster anyways. You kind of do it to yourselves.
Yeah, a little bit.
Superman.
Oh, shit. Yeah. But, yeah, that dude had a reputation of, he was different. But there was, I wasn't on the range for this one, but the dude that this happened to, after he got off the range, we were shooting the shit or whatever. And he's like, this just happened. He said that he, because we're in a hot range. You load your stuff back at the hut. Then once you're loaded, you move up to the line and get everything going. So he had just finished loading his shit up, and he starts walking down range, and this instructor comes running at him, and he's screaming at him, draw your gun, draw your gun. He's like, it's fucking loaded. Draw your gun. He's like, it's loaded. The whole time he's still charging him and just fucking runs him over. He was like, I told you to draw your gun. He's like, my gun is loaded. I'm not going to point my loaded gun at you. So he just fucking barrel rolled him because he didn't draw his gun.
How long ago was this?
Oh, this was back in 99.
Okay. We've come a long way.
Yeah. We taught a class a few weeks ago, and it does not. You can do a safety brief. Everybody can acknowledge, yes, I understand. I'm not supposed to touch my gun. And it doesn't matter. People are, if you're not watching them and telling them exactly what to do. So we had, I think we split the line in half. So we had, I think, either 6 and 6 or 7 and 7, something like that. And we told the group that was getting prepped, like, hey, keep your mags separate, which it amazes me how many people show up without holsters. I mean, like, why?
That's all around, too.
I don't understand. Yeah. So, like, hey, keep your slides locked open, mags in one hand, put your mags in your pocket. Do not put a magazine in your weapon, and keep your slides locked open. So we're kind of getting everybody ready, and I walked by this one dude who had to have a cane to, anyway.
Super good, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. But I noticed that his slide is forward. I'm like, hey, dude, that slide has to stay locked back. And I go walking over to the gun. I'm like, fuck, there's a magazine in that shit. And, there's people standing all over the place. And he goes to reach for it, and I don't touch your gun.
Don't touch that, yeah.
Leave it alone. So I grab it. Sure as shit. He had put the mag in, dropped the slide. The fucking thing was loaded. I'm like, golly, do not.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yep.
And then a lot of them get
Fairness, he might not have heard us.
I was standing right in front of him.
I know. He still might not have heard us. I don't know.
But
but you should, that's one of those things you should know. Like,
yeah.
And I noticed it when I got the that first big competition shoot we put on.
Yeah.
Like, we gave a safety brief before. When you're walking stage to stage, just walking around, whatever, don't have a mag in your gun. Like, keep it unloaded, like everything like that. And all day long, I'm walking around and just be like, hey, dude, you got a mag in your gun. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm like, is that thing loaded? Like, what do you do? Yeah. Like, do you not understand?
Yeah.
Like, and I get you carry one every day. So you should know, like,
you should.
Like, come on.
Should.
But, I mean, just because you carry a gun every day doesn't mean that you know what the hell you're doing with it.
Right. So a lot of the horror stories that we have, I think it comes down to, like, two things. Either one, no confidence whatsoever. And I think that goes down to, like, before you ever, like, get to shooting, you have to understand the functionality of your gun, everything about it, how it functions. Because if you don't have an understanding of that, when we go live, or you go live and you go to shoot, you're guessing at everything, and it's unsafe. Or you have your people that, I've been shooting all my life, and they're overconfident, and those are the scarier ones, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
They don't think that they're doing anything wrong, and it's wild.
They say that's why a lot of, like, females who don't shoot a lot but then go shoot are such good shots, because they just don't know exactly what's going to happen or have an idea.
Dude.
And so they're fully, like, being surprised by that trigger pull when it goes off. Like, that's what makes them so much better.
Civilian females, especially that we've taught, oh my gosh, they are. I mean, they don't have that ego.
Yeah,
and I love teaching females because they listen. They're not this super. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and they do really, really well.
Yeah,
but a lot of dudes, and you run into a few here and there that are humble enough to know I don't know everything about this, and I want to learn. I mean, if you're going to a class, the whole purpose of that is to gather some kind of information that you don't know to help yourself. And But yeah, women are very, very teachable. The one thing that I have seen with women is they're being given bad information regarding the gun that they're carrying.
Oh my gosh!
And like their
All the time.
their friend, their husband, their
Yep.
You have to shoot a
somebody,
45.
yeah, and it's
Well,
like
even the and I saw it happen all the time working at the gun store. Guys would walk in and be like, "Oh, here's this, these little bitty ones. This is what my wife needs, so that she'll carry it." And I'm like, "No,
Those are-
that's the last thing they need.
Yeah.
Like, will it fit their hands a little better? Maybe, but it's gonna be so much harder to learn how to shoot. Like, come on." Or they get them the little Lady Smith revolver or whatever, or the Charter Arms, the little shitty ones. But
no. What?
because it's pink, she'll carry it more. Like, dude,
No, she won't.
man, no, she won't. Like, if she's not going to either way.
No.
Whether you put a Walther in her hands or you put a little point and shoot nothing in there.
No, if
And I'm like, hang on, you want to give your wife a little bitty revolver that's only got 6 rounds, 8 rounds, maybe?
the small ones a lot of times,
And
only
like
5.
Yeah, like, and that's all you're gonna give her? Like that. You're not there to protect her, like having yours.
Good luck, babe.
So you're just like, oh, here's 5 rounds. Hope there's just like one dude.
I know you're a terrible shot. You get 5.
Yeah,
With a 30-pound trigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just tell him, no, yeah, just point and squeeze the trigger.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just point and shoot. Point and squeeze the trigger.
No.
And man, I
sure
saw it
that
happen
easy.
all the time. I mean, so many of them. My dad, when he was taking re-up in his concealed carry at a class, it was a huge class, like 50-something people there. And they go out to shoot, and this lady pulls a full box out of a bag, and it's still in the wrapper, still just covered in grease. And and she's like, and the instructor was like, "Is this your gun?" She's like, "Yeah, my husband bought it for me yesterday. He said, knew I was coming to this class. He bought it yesterday."
Perfect.
That
And he's
happens
like,
all
"You
the
have
time.
no idea how to use this gun?" She was like, "I mean, no." He said I'd be fine, and he wasn't even there.
That's
Good.
even better.
Like, just sent her, like, "Hey, go take this class, like, and here's a gun for you."
Good luck, babe.
Oh, yeah, we see that all the time. It's like, I just bought this gun, or I've never shot this gun, and here we are for. It's like, all right, square
Yeah.
one, let's go.
Yeah,
And there's nothing. Okay, so like, caveat to all this too is like, we talked about the ones that have never shot, so they don't have any confidence. They don't know the functionality of it. And then we have the ones that are overly confident and they think that they're the greatest shot in the world, and they're the most dangerous one on the
Yeah.
line. Everyone starts at some point, so like, mistakes happen.
Yeah.
All right. So like, it's totally fine. Like, we're not scaring people off of, like, especially like us. Don't come to those guys training because I don't really know anything. So I don't want to be that guy.
yeah. We're not gonna punch
That's
you in
not
the
the
kidney
case
or
at all.
anything.
When I first started, years and years ago, I had a Glock 19. That was my first gun I ever had. Still have it. It's awesome. Still like it. I didn't know jack about it. And I took the time to do it myself, research, know the functionality, because I didn't want to be that guy on the range. And then I remember first time going out there, our buddy Ron was the instructor that day. I looked up to him. I still do, but he's an idiot now.
Yeah.
Because I know that. But I mean, I remember going out and being the shooter on the line, and I was still, because of kind of like the research I did and the training that I did a little bit myself, I still didn't know dick all about guns.
Yeah,
I was ahead of most of the people on the line, and I was, I'd get done, and I would see those crazy, just like, golly, like, that's unsafe, and like, that's like, I don't ever want to be that person. So I'd see that, and I don't know, that just kind of pivoted me to keep going and not being that person.
so you didn't you weren't real familiar with guns before joining law enforcement?
Not a regular pistola. Nope.
Really?
I mean,
Man.
growing up, it was all hunting rifles for me.
Huh?
Yep.
My dad started us real young. I mean, we've shot pistols and everything, like, probably since I was 10 or so.
Yeah.
So by the time I was working at the gun shop when I was 19, and so when I turned 21, I wanted the green, Battlefield green Glock or whatever, and I knew what I wanted and like had it ordered and had them put sights on and everything. So like the day I turned 21, my dad thought we were going to pick out our guns, and I walked in the gun shop and was like, "Hey, can you go get mine off the back shelf?" And my dad was like,
Already
"What?"
did.
I was like, "Yeah, I know what I want. Like, this is
Yeah.
what I want." Like, but yeah, I've been around it like my whole life, and so.
I guess,
My dad was always very serious about like learning how it works, what's going on, like how to take it apart. Like, you weren't going to shoot one if you didn't know how to take it apart and clean it, you know, or how it was going to function, and everything. And so,
And that we see this all the time. People don't know how to break their gun down.
No.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that really, when I started shooting, there's a G at the end of that word, shooting. I started shooting. When I started shooting, one thing that helped me finally was I had an instructor. He was a pretty solid dude, and he explained the mechanics of the operation of the gun. And then once all of that was kind of explained and all that kind of jazz, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that really helped me. So and everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we try to do is to give that information, make sure that everybody knows the functions of the gun, how it functions, the manipulation of everything on their weapon. So whenever we do go to mag changes, or if we do tell somebody to, lock or slide to the rear, show your weapon safe and clear, they can manipulate that. And that's going back to people, and this goes for dudes too. We have this thought that, I've got to get the biggest caliber and all this other crap or whatever. Just get what works for you. If it's a 22, it's a 22.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Because if you're scared of the gun, scared of that recoil, then you're going to have you're going to be more hesitant to train with it because you are uncomfortable with that weapon. So get one that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And we recommend 22s to people all the
Yeah.
time. There's a lot of really
and I love
good
that everybody's
22s.
always like, "No, don't carry 22. It's not going to do nothing." I'm like, "Okay, well, you stand there and let me shoot you with the 22. Like,
22 is a
it's not going to be
hell of a
fun.
round.
It's
like,
a wicked little
It's going to
round.
suck." And all the different like loads they make for 22 now, it's like, they're nuts. Like,
I
I've
think
seen
it'll-
that round do a lot of crazy
Yeah.
things.
It'll
Yeah.
bounce around inside a human body.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's and it's about shot placement more than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I've seen on the range with, especially on the female side, is they're being given bad advice, and they show up with a gun. And a few weeks ago we had, I think there were 2 in that class that had never. The one was still kind of in the box, all that other stuff, never shot it, and she fired it and she was scared to death of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a small barreled. I think it was a 9mm.
It was tiny. Yeah.
And it had
Same
it had
explosion going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Had,
Yeah.
had some snap to it.
Yeah.
and she was not comfortable with that
I
gun.
remember my dad had a Kel-Tec for a while when they first like got popular. Well, it was a little small Kel-Tecs, but he had it in 40.
Oh, nice.
And like, because my dad loves 40, and but in one of those little short barrel things, it was just the snappiest gun.
Yeah.
And we'd go shoot, and I'd be like, "I don't want to shoot this thing. Like, I hate this thing. It sucks to shoot."
Yeah.
But later, but as a kid, like I didn't realize like what was going on. I'm like, "Oh wait, we're shooting the same bullet out of this one and this full size gun." Like, well, that's why
It feels completely
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had that mile-long trigger pull that was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
15
Those
pounds.
are
It
great.
sucked.
Oh, those are great.
So I guess with mine, like, it was this semi-automatic pistol. Like, growing up, I did shoot pistols, but it was all revolvers.
Yeah.
Like, my go-to was my grandfather. He was old
Yeah.
school. He only had revolvers. And then hunting rifles, plenty of them, and shotguns whatsoever. But, I took the time to learn that functionality because, I thought it was important, and it was, to do that before, getting around a bunch of my peers and looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
But then I found the shooters in my department, and that's who I wanted to be. That's who I wanted to be. And like I don't know, that just kept pushing to that instead of the ones that do just shoot once a year.
Yeah.
So prior military, he was a Marine. I got a lot of Marine friends. They're all pretty crazy. This guy though, he was one of those. I've been shooting all my life. I'm basically in his head, top dog. Like,
Is this the one that every time he talked, he would point with his
Yep.
gun?
yep. But another thing that he would always do, and I don't know why, and maybe it is a military thing where like their pistols, their secondaries, like they hardly ever, they're all rifles. So I'm sure, I bet this guy was a squared away super professional with the rifle, but every time he would, of course, fire 2 rounds. Boom, boom. Every time he would finish that last round, talking about that snapback, well, his snapback was he would snap back and he would grab. No. Do you remember there was a lot of times, and these are all clear. These are all clear. All right. Every time he would snap back the gun, like 2 rounds, boom, boom, he would, what would he do? He would grab the slide and then he would just kind of wiggle it around. I had to tell him, I was like, please don't come off of this grip. Like, the way you're holding it, just leave it like that. Stay there. And I don't know why, but I mean, again, like those are the scariest ones that have that false confidence, man.
And at one point, he finally did do that, but every time he would talk or something, he'd
point with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
Gosh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
That
was scary. As soon as he got done, like, calling, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
All right, go put your gun away, please.
Yeah.
Go lock that in your truck. And
Which is funny because so many people think like, oh, they're military. They're going to know how to shoot all these pistols and stuff. And most people don't realize like the mass majority of them do pistols for like a week.
Yep.
And that's it. Like basic training, I don't know that they ever shoot a pistol in basic training.
I mean, their primary is the rifle.
Yeah, is the rifle.
And
most of them don't carry one, like a pistol, like at all. Like the general infantry dude does not have a pistol. Is not issued one. And people just don't understand that. So like, oh yeah, this guy is military, so he's good. I hear it all the time. You know, they'll be like, oh yeah, he's joined the safety team. He's prior military. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. So
are we carrying him force?
He's squared away, but whatever. Like, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. Like we could dive down like rabbit holes, just like going over all the general safety.
What if we used an armadillo hole?
What?
Mm-hmm. They dig holes.
Like us as the instructors
instead of rabbit holes.
Okay.
Why do we, well, I mean, there's other animals that make holes.
Yeah, but like that's the most common though.
But are we common?
Have you guys seen that
you were looking at
that picture of, I think it was like a female police chief, but the holster was upside down. So if you I swear it's I gotta find it. But no,
completely upside down.
Yeah, and I'm hoping this was like a spoof, like the internet made this, but I don't think
the
so.
Navy put a commander on a warship and told him to shoot a M4 off the side of it and had the sight backwards. And they post that picture on Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah, no, it was upside down. So, like, to draw, she'd have to...
I saw on TV the other day, a guy had, like, an outside the waistband, like, duty holster, but it looked like he was trying to cross-draw it, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Like, the handle was forward, and I'm like, how is he gonna... Like, it was way over there. I'm like, either somebody missed this, or they just had, like, a left-handed holster, and, like, it'll work.
It'll be fine. He watched a lot of Westerns.
We had a guy in the class a couple of weeks ago that he concealed carry cross draw. Yeah. And he
was
runs
that the chest
like
rig?
front? No, that was the dude that was running the wheel gun.
Ah.
Yeah.
And see, but it makes sense with the wheel gun. I mean,
but was it like outside on the front or like what? Like,
well, he didn't bring his holster to the class, so we
don't know.
See.
Yeah.
But he was a right-handed shooter, and he said that he cross-drawed. But he was the same one also that I told him, I was like, hey, just leave your cylinder open so we can see that it's empty. And he's like, okay. And he kept trying to. I was like, no, don't put any rounds in it. Just leave your cylinder open while you're not up here on the line. So when he wasn't going up on the line, send it back. And I told one of the RSOs, I was like, hey, he keeps trying to put bullets in his cylinder. Just watch him. He's like, all right. I said, I just told him, keep your rounds in your pocket. Do not put them in your gun.
I tell you what,
So I stepped off. I was talking to him later, the RSO later, and he goes, "Yeah, as soon as you walked off, he reached in his pocket and started." I was like, "Nope." It's like, oh,
That's got to suck to shoot a class and be using a wheel gun and have to like. I mean, you're constantly reloading.
It took some time.
Yeah.
It took some time.
Man,
I tell you what, though, that guy could shoot the shit out of it, though.
He could.
He was when he got to shooting. He was a good
mean,
shot.
that
357, wasn't it?
It was actually refreshing to see
Yeah.
a good quality old wheel gun.
Yeah.
That was
That was
refreshing.
a good one.
when our last call that we had, one of the guys brought his wheel gun to shoot as like his backup or whatever. And so we got done, and it was an older gun, like his grandpa's or whatever. So he was like, we were just hanging out, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if we just shoot this one a couple times?" Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so they shoot it, and he goes, "Aaron, you want to shoot it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't shot one like these. Like, I'll shoot it." So everybody else had shot the regular target, and I was like, in the top left corner, they've got the mini target up there, just the picture of it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm gonna be funny and shoot that. So I shot that target, and then our buddy that was running the class, he goes, "Oh," like they asked him if he want to shoot. He was like, "Yeah, I'll shoot it." And he goes, and just to one up me, shoots the head on the little target, and I was like, "You suck." Like, I thought I was being cool, and you just one up me over that. Like,
It's always got to be that guy. Have you ever almost been shot on the range?
So, in my law enforcement career, I've had a few guns pointed at me.
No, like, has anybody ever discharged?
No.
Okay.
Thank God. But I've had more guns pointed at me on the range in training way more times than I can count.
yeah.
And yeah,
When I worked at the gun shop, I mean, my first day I had one pointed at me, and it was a regular occurrence. I mean, it would make me so mad because I could not carry. I had nothing to defend myself with.
Which gun are you carrying?
And
this one.
everybody, yeah. And I need a holster. What for? This, and they just pull it out, and you're like, and guys that would come in like to sell their guns, and would bring it in and be loaded. I'm like, you knew what you were doing today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you knew you were just gonna walk out of here with a handful of shells.
Yeah,
like,
but what would
That's
have,
the majority.
what they wouldn't have been ready for something between home and the store.
I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
totally.
Gotta always be ready.
But no, I mean, I've had indies before. Luckily, no one's ever been shot.
The first time I ever ran that course of fire, going, and then whenever people started racking, I was like, all of these guns are pointed at me. And I mean, so many people had their fingers on triggers, and I was just like, holy shit, why are we doing this? Oh my God, this is bad. Bad.
But that's what the cool guys do. They rack it on the door jamb and go, right?
There's definitely other techniques to use.
Yeah.
So the most dangerous range story that I have was
Is this the dark one?
No, I don't think we should tell the dark one.
Okay.
Or maybe you can edit that out.
Yeah.
But this was that same dude that threw people on the ground and all this other stuff. He devised a scenario based range day, and back in the day we had alphanumeric pagers, and so you would get your message or whatever. And so on this particular range day, you were going to get a page on when you were supposed to go to the range. It was one person at a time and all this other jazz. So several people had gone through it, and I knew I was supposed to be like early afternoon, something like that. So I'm hanging close to the range, and get a page that says range is canceled. Everybody resume, fit your day off, go home or whatever. Range day is canceled. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. So what we found out happened. So the scenario was, and the range that we were at, it's kind of out in the remote, semi-remote area, but you entered the range at the base of a hill, you drive up, and the range is up at the top of a hill, heavily wooded area from the time you get there to the time you get up on the range. And the scenario was that whenever you got there, an instructor came down to your unit, said, hey, you're responding to another officer. They were checking a building, and we're not getting any checks, no returns on safety checks, anything like that. Your job, everything in brown is a threat. Okay. But for some reason, you had to leave your unit at the gate, and you could take your shotgun and your sidearm. So you had to run up the hill through the woods, and then you start treating the range as the structure, and you're clearing it and trying to get to your potentially downed deputy. What they didn't tell people was that they had trustees in the woods with paintball guns, and they were engaging you as you were moving up to that particular threat.
But you had live rounds?
So
We've come a long ways.
So, and then whenever you get up there, and also our uniforms were brown, and you were told everything in brown is a threat. So we had, and there was a dummy dressed in our uniform that was down on the range, and then other targets that you were supposed to engage. And then instructors were also just positioned randomly in the woods to critique you and all this other shit. So you got trustees firing off paintball rounds at you. There were 2 sergeants that were almost shot. Somebody shot the downed deputy. And when they asked why they did that, they said, well, you said everything in brown was a threat. A couple of trustees were almost shot, and they were...
What did they expect to happen?
I don't know, dude.
Don't fire back at the guys firing at you.
It was...
Were the trustees wearing brown?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they were just hiding out in the woods and popping rounds.
So you're just supposed to get popped by a paintball and...
Keep going.
Yeah.
In uniform.
Yeah.
Because you're in your uniform.
Yeah.
So then they're just fucking up your uniform with paint, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
How many people did they get through it before they realized?
I think it was like 5 to 6
How the
people.
hell did they get 5 to 6 people through that?
Those first 5 people need to go through something else. Like, the first guy that goes should have been like,
yeah, I mean, like,
target-rich environment. Here we go.
Like one of the instructors, I was talking to him, and he said he was just leaned up against a tree, and all of a sudden a round hits the tree that he was leaned up at, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
What did you expect?
I don't know, but yeah, that was the most, and I'm actually really glad that it got canceled before I actually got to step off in that shit show.
Smoke some people,
dude. That was bad.
I mean, it is impressive that 5 people went through it and nothing bad, nothing severely bad happened.
Oh
but
shit, man!
Like that really makes you question those first 5 people. Be like, okay, what happened here? Especially with shotgun, man. If somebody's just gonna walk out with their shotgun and like just pepper those people,
from
like,
what I understand, nobody discharged their shotgun. It was all pistol.
Interesting.
From what I understand.
Huh.
But yeah, that was like I mean, trying to figure out what are the benefits to this training.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Gosh.
Yeah.
that's hard to believe. Like, that's
know.
just hard to believe
Yeah.
that something that's stupid.
Well, okay. There was a guy that's part of our safety team that at one time we were talking about, and this was stupid because they were asking everybody, trying to get everybody's feedback, because we're a church and we got to ask everybody their opinion. What kind of training they think we should do. And one guy's recommendation was that we do an active shooter training on Sunday morning during service.
I think it's a great idea.
yeah.
And I was like...
I think people would come back to the church.
Yeah. Well, I was like...
really...
I'm sitting next to the guy, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and we both were like, did he really just say
Where's your
that?
brain?
I go,
Where's your brain?
he goes, hey, dummy, how would you ever do that? And I go, do you know how many of those 80-year-old women have some Saturday night special in that purse that hasn't seen the light of day in 30 years, and she's going to decide today is the day.
Today's the day.
And what was stupid is we had just talked about, not 5 minutes before, the number of people who are carrying that we either know that they are, but aren't supposed to, or we think are carrying but can't confirm it. And we're like, we just talked about this. Like, how would we notify everybody and then do it? And he was like, well, that's the only way people are going to know. And I'm like,
I like this.
it's not for them to know. What are you talking about?
I was teaching an instructor class, and so and there's certain requirements that you have to do, a certain amount of training aids that you're supposed to use and all this other stuff, but you're supposed to clear everything through your instructor for your final test.
Right.
So this one dude, he was going to do it on, I think it was active shooter. He was an SRO. So he was going to do active shooter or something, and he went through his training aids with me, and I'm like, yep, all those are good, no problem. Well, what he didn't tell me was that he had a 22 loaded with blanks in his pocket. Didn't tell me at all. So I'm sitting there, he's going through, it was like a 20-minute presentation, and about 3/4 of the way through it, he's starting to wind down. And he's like, because you never know. And he's kind of fumbling in his pocket. I'm just like, okay, cool. And he pulls this gun out and just, bah, bah, bah. Everybody was like, some started to draw their guns.
Yeah.
And
Shock and awe, baby. Shock and awe.
Dude, I was like, what in the hell? Oh, they're just blanks. I'm like, ah. Oh.
Gosh.
He's going to be a good instructor.
Yeah. Real good. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Well, to wrap it up, shit's gonna happen on the range. Be safe, be smart, think it through. Yeah. You're not too good to learn. Go get training.
Pay attention, please. Pay attention.
Yeah. Go check out our website. Sign up for training. A bunch of stuff on there. A bunch of stuff coming up. And we'll see you next time.
See you when we see you.
Roger that.
Roger that.